Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is here. And we told y'all to keep your pulse on the Nothing But Niners page, man. We told y'all turn on those notifications. It's the only time you're going to know when we're going live like this, man. We got some breaking news. I am 49ers Mike _ NFL. My man over here is Breezy, 49ers BREEZIE, not with the Y, on Twitter. Give us follows over there, man. You guys know the page also. It is nothing but the number 9, ERS, Nothing But Niners on Twitter and Snapchat as well. Guys, listen, man. We got some news here, kind of some news, right? It's important to me. So we felt like we should do a breaking news here. Ian Rappaport just dropped a little video on from NFL Network saying that he spoke with Trent Williams, our starting left tackle, okay? He restructured his deal, so to speak. He restructured the last year of his deal. This is not an extension. I want to be clear here, guys. This is not an extension. However, he will be getting some of that money up front. What does that mean for the 49ers? Now, Breezy, we were already a little tight against the cap space. People were looking for us to extend George Kittle. And now some people are going to start doubting whether or not it's possible for the Niners to extend George Kittle this year, okay? He got some money up front. We don't know how he received that money. It could be a signing bonus. It could be a workout bonus. It could be a roster bonus. But there's two things to remember here. One, he didn't make any money last year at all.
Not a penny.
Two, there were contingencies on him making his $12.5 million. Now, from my understanding, he's going to get close to that. When they say close, I don't think he's going to get the full 12.5 up front. I think he can earn the full 12.5. He's likely to get like 11.5, 12 million. He's got to earn the rest of it with starting all 16 games or something like that, right? So, Breezy, what do you think this means for the team, and how do you think this is going to affect it? Because we don't know. We want to let you guys know straight off the bat. We don't have any inside information. Right. We don't know for a fact that he is going to be able to come in here and sign an extension. But this has to mean something. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. So let's have a little talk here. Let's talk through this, man.
Yeah, well, I think it means a few things, right? I mean, like we said, first of all, we all know and understand the importance of a Trent Williams, right? Because we have a quarterback that we want to be the greatest quarterback of all time at some point. We need somebody to protect him. Look, this is what they're doing for this guy. The 49ers have went out on the limb. They made a trade for Trent Williams. They bring him in here. Trent Williams was all the way unhappy in Washington. Why? Well, we already know the situation that he was going down. On top of that, he was trying to get his deal restructured because he wanted his money guaranteed. Well, it wasn't guaranteed. So he sat out. He sat out a whole year. People can call him mean. People call him stupid. People call him crazy. Well, guess what? He's now a 49er, and we should be ecstatic that this young man is a 49er protecting the blind side of our franchise quarterback. Now, here's what this deal means, in my opinion. They front-loaded the money in the restructure, right? They say, you know what, Trent Williams, we believe in you. We believe in the value of who you are. I'll tell you what, we're going to pay you up front. But here's what you're going to have to do to get some money and incentives. Now, the 49ers are the most incentive-based team, okay? The way Parag Barate works out his deals, he works out the deals of things saying, hey, man, you start all 16 games, you get an extra, $1 million. Hey, you make it to the playoffs, you'll get an extra $1 million. Ask Richard Sherman. I was about to call him Richard Roundtree. Ask Richard Sherman how it worked. A guy that bet it all in on himself. Now, I know many of you guys want to extend George Kittle, but we don't have to right this second. We don't have to. It does not have to be a priority. We want it to be. We want it to happen, but it just doesn't have to happen. The 49ers have always showed kind gesture since this new regime has came in to players that they want to stick around for a long time. And they show kind gesture to players that they want to help move on to better situations. Bowman, Buckner. Think about the people that they draft, that they've traded, and they've allowed them to go to different teams. I think that the 49ers are doing themselves a great deal and showing faith and a guy who has not played in a year saying, yo, we believe in you. Now show us you believe in us. This is what this reciprocates later on down the road. Now we're talking contract extension. We're talking new. Like these are all the pluses and the bonuses this may have for the 49ers going forward. And I tell you what, not drafting the offensive lineman is great in the first round because we can continue breaking can you excuse me, building the team, right? So if we could keep this guy for another 4 or 5 years, we are Gucci. We always talk about our window, Mike. I know you got more you want to say, but that's how I feel about this, man. Like, I just feel that this was a kind gesture. This was a way to say, man, look, we believe in you. We have faith in you. We know you're going to come out here. Please just protect our quarterback. That's all they're asking him to do. This guy is saying, what, you going to give me 10? I think it's 10 million. I think he's going to be guaranteed 10 million out of the 12, and he'll earn the rest of the incentives, giving him a little wiggle room to say, hey, man, I could get that. I could. You telling me all I got to do is do this to make $2.5 million? This is going to be a breeze.
No pun intended. No pun intended for Breezy there. I get you. I hear you, man. And it's cool. All right, so there's a couple of things to unpack here, right? One, the team just recently, last week, were able to let guys come to the facility. So now they got a chance to actually see Trent Williams and what he is physically. Okay. Now we've seen the workout videos online, all that stuff, and we know that some of that stuff can be old, some of it could be whatever. We know that the team had guys at the facility now. We have seen that. Okay. We saw the videos of everybody returning back to the stomping grounds, right? Everybody was getting back in there, right? We saw the videos with the wide receivers getting in there, right? Remember last week when we saw it with the Dante Pettis, we talked about it on here. Was that really real? He posted a tweet, don't let the video fool you, right? They're back there, guys. So now the team got a chance to see, put their hands on Trent Williams. Okay, he's good. He's ready to go. A couple of things that Rappaport mentioned in that video, some of them we talked on, he was willing to play. He was willing to play no matter what, right? We talked about it on this show before where he was willing to play last year. He said that he thought he was going to have to go ahead and suit up for the Redskins and go out there and play, but he didn't. He ended up not doing that, right? So now here we are. We're looking at this young man and we're going to say, all right, we know he's good. Let's give him some money so he can be at ease. Give him some relief. This guy has not earned any money in a very long time. Now he's got some relief. He's going to get that money. He knows he's going to be good. All right. And now what does that do for the team? Now we're playing mind games. Now we're playing money games. We're restructuring the money. If most of this money is a bonus, if 50% of this money is a bonus, that means at least 50% of it comes off of the cap space. We could be looking at saving money on the cap space. So it does not necessarily mean that the team will not extend George Kittle this season. But even if they don't, for people who are going to go into a panic mode, you can't panic, okay? Now, I've gone on record on here multiple times saying that if I'm George Kittle's agent, my client is not touching the field without a new contract, right? But NFL is the NFL. We know how those contracts work. If you want to play and you want to get paid, you got to get out there on the field. That's just how it is, unfortunately, right? The team can tag George Kittle next year. It'll cost them about $10.2 million or something like that if they tag him next year.
Forgot about that. That's
right,
still a lot
which
of
is
money.
still,
that's $10 million a year. That's a lot.
Right. So, there's still options there. And I'll be honest with you, this is George Kittle's fourth year right here, right? This will be the start of his fourth year.
Is he going into his fourth? He's going into his fourth, or is it his third?
Rookie. He didn't do much. Last year he set the record, and this year, no. So this will be his fourth. This is his fourth year, right?
Fourth year, yeah.
Right. So this is his last year in the contract right now. The team can still happily extend George Kittle, man. There's no added pressure on anything here, and I think this is going to create some wiggle room. I can't wait to see what the contract figures actually look like when this is all said and done. But it excited me because Rappaport was saying that he didn't know that Williams was willing to play last year or even next year. So that tells me that, if y'all been tuned into us, we had some news here before Ian Rappaport had some news. We talked about him being willing to play last year. We knew he was going to be ready to go this year. So it's just a matter of putting this all together, man. The Niners are connecting some dots. We just might not be able to see the full picture here, but they are definitely connecting dots and getting ready to make some moves here. And this is the start of it right here. When the guy is coming in here on the last year of a contract, most people know the last year of your contract is usually pure cap hit. All right. Normally teams give you a lot of money up front and then they try to stagger it, throughout the seasons. And then your last year is the biggest financial hit for them. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore with the team. I don't think it's going to be just $12.5 million coming straight off of the books in the cap hit. We might be looking at a lot of cap relief here, giving us some wiggle room to extend George Kittle, maybe pick up some free agents, maybe extend somebody else that we're not even thinking about. Who, some of these corners, some of these corners that are out there now that they're getting their hands on, seeing how these guys have progressed in their time away from the team. So it's very, very possible, man. Breezy, I'm gonna shut up and let you go ahead and get back on. I see you want to get into, so go ahead, man.
No, man, it's totally cool, man. Before we keep talking, I just want to send a shout out to our guy Jashawn Page, man. Thank you for the contribution. He says, "What's up, Niner gang? We won't be having no sacks this year because this go 49ers gang." Yo, I listen, the 49ers, and it's funny how you mentioned that, not having any sacks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a tough task to put up. For the offensive line to allow their quarterback to go sackless throughout the whole season. But I will say this, and I will say this again: Jimmy Garoppolo will have an extra half a second to a second to get hit to go through his progressions. And we always
not only that.
Go ahead, Mike.
Not only that, another year under his belt in this system, man.
Oh, right.
People are we're gonna undervalue that a lot because until we see it out there. But we got to remember that 2 years of playing in the system is very different than sitting there studying a book for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're out there and you're running it, you're actually going through the gauntlet. You get a little bit more comfortable. You realize, damn, I should have just trusted my instincts and went here. So I don't think we're going to be sackless, but I can see us being in the bottom of the league in the sack category as far as sacks given up. Sacks allowed.
And for many of those like that, talk about our quarterback in this situation and how he can't do this and he can't do that. What Mike said is super important, and I know we always resort back to the quarterback in this situation. Whenever you talk offensive line, you automatically are going to talk about how much better your quarterback can play because the offensive line got better, right? I love Joe Staley. I appreciate everything he did for the 49ers, but being able, how we say we can't replace DeForest Buckner with Kinlaw. Well, we could replace Joe Staley with Trent Williams. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be different personality based, but I'm talking about as far as skill set base, like we didn't lose in that situation is what I'm trying to say. All right. So
yes, sir.
And Trent Williams, like, I want everybody to understand the gesture of this, right? I want everybody to understand that the 49ers is saying, yo, we want to get you some dough. We know you ain't played in a year. You probably eating Taco Bell and shit. Let's get you some breads. You can go to the steakhouse, right? That's what they did, yo. And I as much faith as I have in this team, I have the utmost faith in the front office, and I wasn't saying that 5 or 6 years ago. Okay. But right. what I'm saying now is I've watched this front office make moves when I just thought they were like impossible to do. So I no longer worry about numbers. You could talk about cap hits, dead money. You can talk about all that all you want. None of it matters to me because the 49ers do what they want to do. They find a way. Parag Marate finds a way. Not only does he find, it's not just him. It's the talkings of the coach. It's the talkings of the general manager. It's the way they talk to their men. All right. It's the way that they're talking to the men that's saying, listen, we could get you this deal. We could work these numbers out, but we would love for you to be a part of this. And who the hell does not want to be a part of what's about to happen here? All right. You would be a fool not to jump on this train. Right. And I don't want to say it's a bandwagon. I'm just saying train. Not everyone gets drafted to the 49ers. Right. But then people see when stuff starts going on, when they hear about kids in the locker room acting like professionals and having fun and being able to be themselves, but go out on the field and act like professionals. Like everybody wants to be a part of that. And Trent Williams wanted to be a 49er. Let's make that clear. Let's make it 100% clear. He was not trying to play until he got to the team that started him off, and that was Kyle Shanahan, and he is back, motherfuckers. The Onyx is here. He is back.
And you got to remember a couple of things about that too, man. He had an offer from the Vikings. Now,
more money. It was more money.
It was an extension. It was an extension with the Vikings that, they're going to deny who did what, but it didn't go through. That's all that we know. All right. I'm not going to sit here and say it was his camp. I'm not going to say it was their camp, but there was an offer, there was an extension, a trade in place, and it was all shot down. He's where he wants to be. Now he's got some money up front. I think the team is looking on securing him long term.
So do I.
And then it's also, we're talking about the sacks and all that stuff, right? Something else we got to realize, he's more, I'm not going to say he's more athletic than Joe Staley. He's up there. I think this also improved the run game as well. I think it's going to improve the run game a lot. So this is a win-win for the team. We're going to keep our eyes on this one, guys. We want to thank you all for checking us out here, man. We're going to keep our eyes on all this so we can make sure we are reporting accurately what's going on. I think the Niners are in a great position. Not just good. I think they're in great position. The moves like this are what's going to keep it running the way it is. A smooth operation and without stress.
You know who gets extended? You know who I think gets extended first, Mike? Richard Sherman, yo. I think Richard Sherman is gonna get an extension before the season starts, yo. I really
think
do.
So.
I really do, yo. I really do. Third year in the system. Third year. We've watched him come off the injury. We've watched, and out of all the DBs, you could bring one of them back, and don't and I know you're gonna say Akello, but if you could. I'm done, man. Prepare for glory.
I completely get what you're saying. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. We're gonna see. I would not mind bringing. I told y'all I wouldn't mind bringing Richard Sherman back because a step back from number one could still be top 5. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. So I'm all for it, man. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry.
I just think from the veteranship and you guys and that allowing the young guys to still grow. He's not halting anyone's growth. All he's doing is sharpening the skills of the youth, right? He's getting them to understand the playbook. And not only it's not just about the playbook, guys. It's more about them being confident and comfortable on the field and playing off of their instinct as well as knowing where to be in position. You know, playing zone sounds easy, but I know many of y'all get torched in zone and Madden like it's nothing, right? And I know that's a video game, but it depends on how great the quarterback is finding the hole, right? How accurate they are and finding the hole. So, like, Richard Sherman, whether he loses a step or 2 steps or whatnot, he still will be ranked a high DB. Why? People won't throw to his side, and when they do, it's merely incomplete. Like they're still incomplete, and there's nothing you could do about a guy being great. I think they bring him back, and he finishes his career and Santa Clara, right? He retires there, right? And this. It won't be as much. It won't be a lot of money. It's not going to be like a huge contract. It's probably going to be like a 3-year deal, right? And this will be done for him. But this will give us time to fine tool the young guys that we brought into the system, man. And I just think this is a great thing. That's what's going to happen. 49ers are going to find ways to free up money in that salary cap. They're going to find ways to get stuff done, just like they've been doing, Mike. And this Trent Williams thing is going to be huge. And I think he's definitely going to be on this team going forward.
Absolutely, guys. So make sure you guys are locked in, man. You already know the deal. We were going to be bringing you guys more breaking news as soon as we hear it, just like this video. I can't tell you it enough, man. If you don't have your notifications set, you're going to miss the live channel. You're going to miss the live video. So make sure you got them turned on, guys. It's going to do it for us here today, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
remain faithful. We out, y'all. Peace.